Welcome back to the Horned Lord of Witherstone Tower after a year. Hopefully we can do this more often than once a year and with more players, but today we have with us Daedric, Oladon, and unfortunately not Madu because he was killed in the last game. So, find out what
Madu is here in comfort. As in boots.
He's here in spirit and in boot and belt form, which Oladon is wearing at this time. So, okay. So before we introduce your new character, Dustin, Oladon and Daedric, you guys have some downtime to spend. We'll do one of the downtime ventures now, and then we'll give one to Dustin's new character. But what do you guys want to do? I don't know if you guys got a chance to look at that diagram on the Discord, but how do you want to spend your first downtime venture in Witherstone Tower? You can train at the arena.
I should have been looking at that.
Yeah, there's a channel called Downtime Witherstone Tower, and it kind of gives the details. But basically, you can do some spellcraft with Booyahg in Booyagh's tower. You can train in the arena to get some extra damage in the next adventure. You can go plundering, which is what you guys did before. You can upgrade your gear at the forge. You can also upgrade a room in the tower. You guys have enough to upgrade one of them, and it makes the downtime benefits better.
So how do we upgrade plundering?
So the way that works with the barracks is it makes the it trains the. Right now all you have is kobolds and goblins who are in the barracks, and if you upgrade the barracks, it trains them better, so their stat blocks are better. So you get a bonus on your plundering rolls because you're raiding the villages with more capable troops.
Okay.
Because of my background, it suits me to have. I'm either going to upgrade my weapons and armor, or
my kids keep repetitively calling me on my Google phone, so I gotta see what.
Okay. We're back. We'll actually, I'll we'll just resolve Oladon's first then. So, what did you say? What did you say, Oladon? Does one of those look?
Yeah, I either want to upgrade my weapons and armor, or I think there was one where you gain henchmen, upgrade henchmen.
So you can recruit a henchman. I should call them that instead of sidekicks. That makes so much sense in this campaign. So you can spend both of your 2 downtime ventures to recruit a henchman if you would like.
I'm going to recruit a henchman for purposes of plundering.
Okay. So if you get a henchman, they actually come with you on the mission, and so you can do that if you want, or you can just go plundering and just kind of take in some more gold. It's kind of a separate activity. So which one of those is what you want?
I'm just going to upgrade my armor, weapons and armor.
Okay, so what kind of armor do you have right now? Is it like scale, chainmail?
I believe all we could get at the time was leather.
Oh yeah, because you're an archer, right?
Mm-hmm. I can actually. It says I can wear any armor.
Right, but what gear did you start with?
I think we started with leather.
Okay, so for one of your ventures, you can upgrade that into studded leather.
Okay, well, that's what I'll do.
Sounds good. And Daedric, can you hear us? Are you back?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Do you have an idea of how you want to spend your first venture?
Not exactly. I mean, training kobolds sounds interesting.
So yeah, you can recruit a kobold or goblin sidekick to go with you on the next mission.
Sure.
Okay. Which would you like,
That sounds fun.
kobold or a goblin? Also, would you guys like to upgrade one of the components before you do your downtime, because it does improve the result? You have 1,600 gold pieces in the treasury, and it takes 1,000 gold to upgrade one of the rooms. So if you want to do that first, it would improve it a little better.
I will leave it to the guys that are alive.
Well, one of the guys is driving and not really able to look at anything.
So if you upgraded the barracks, then the goblin or kobold stat block would be a little better. If you upgrade the arena, then you get more brute points. If you upgrade Booyagh's tower, then you get better quality magic items. If you upgrade the forge, then you can like enchant your weapon or armor to be +1 for the next mission. Those are basically your choices.
I mean, I like the idea of having minions.
Okay. Do you
Of course.
agree with that, Oladon? Do you want to upgrade the barracks?
Do I want to upgrade the
Yeah,
barracks?
do you want to agree to that, basically? That's what Daedrikai is proposing.
I would agree with that if it's me.
Okay. So yeah, you two are the alive lieutenants of the Horned Lord at this point. So yeah, we'll say that goes underway, and yeah, so we'll say you guys decided that earlier, and they've since constructed that. Okay, so yeah, instead of just a goblin, well, do you want a goblin or a kobold, Daedrikai?
I want to do a kobold.
Okay.
Expendable.
So
Kobolds just make more sense.
all right, so instead of a
As long as
just
they
a normal
remember not to
kobold,
touch it.
you can have a winged kobold.
Oh, cool. I'll get along
It's
great
just
with my
pretty.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, just the stat block for winged kobold. What are you gonna name him?
Dragon bait.
I'm gonna name him Squish.
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 Okay.
Squish.
All
I
right.
like the way it sounds.
All right. So you spend your adventure training Squish. All right. Dustin, you find yourself you wake up and you find yourself in a dark enclosed space, kind of tilted a little bit to the side. You kind of feel gravity tilted a little bit to the side, but yeah, you have no idea where you are. What do you do?
Am I hungry?
Yeah, you feel like you haven't eaten in quite some time.
Am I able to move around see if I can grab any food, or do I feel completely restricted?
Yeah, you start to try and kind of figure out where you are, and you realize you're in a cramped stone coffin.
Alright, beggars can't be choosers. I start licking whatever's in front of me.
Okay. Start licking the cold stone lid of the coffin.
Does it at least taste salty?
Not really.
Bitter?
It's pretty disappointing. Like it's just plain stone. It's not even.
I've had
that
bitter
dusty.
tasting rocks.
Yeah, exactly. So, you gotta get out of here and find some real food, because this is disappointing.
Alright, I will start shifting my weight backwards and forwards and side to side.
Okay.
Just
So you start moving it with your bulk, and it kind of goes clink, 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 and eventually you feel yourself topple over, and just part of the stone coffin breaks on its side, and you can't lift the other half off, but you hear a voice. You hear just kind of a like a gasp in somewhere in the room where you are, and as you're trying to kind of lift it up, trying to find a way out, you hear a little clink, 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 and the front of the coffin crumbles, and you see the face of a little goblin just kind of staring at you.
I reach for my meat tenderizer. And I immediately slap it across the face.
Okay. Trying to, like, cut it, or just by slap do you mean, like...
I see meat, and I am going to cook said meat.
Alright. Go ahead and make an attack roll, then.
Okay. So, first attack. Let's see. This will determine the rest of the game if he lives or dies. That's a 2, so 8.
Okay, that misses. So you try to hit him with your knife, but you suddenly realize your joints are really stiff. You've been in here for quite some time, and the goblin kind of jumps back and then just sort of disappears out of view. You hear his little feet just running
I will
away.
crawl out of the chest or whatever I'm in, and just be like, "Come back, my meal."
Okay, make a strength check to try and get out.
Okay. Athletics or just straight strength?
I'll let you do athletics. That would
Okay.
It's like one big push-up, kind of.
That's a 5.
Okay, again, like you just feel very stiff and yeah.
Might help if I had any meat on my bones.
Yeah, you're so peckish that it's just not working. So you try to lift yourself out, but you don't. After a few minutes of trying to do this, you hear some more feet patter into the room, and you hear a bunch of little voices go, "Oh!" and you feel the coffin sort of roll over, fall into pieces behind you. And in front of you, you see 5 goblins and another goblin dressed in a gray robe, and one of his eyes is glowing red. And he's like, could you explain to me who you are? Because I do not recognize the markings on your coffin. Who are you? Also, what does this goblin see? Like, describe what you look like.
Okay, yeah, okay. Descriptions. So, as far as the appearance goes, I'm bald, strictly white. I have a skeletal head that is inside of a mask that's shaped like a beast. That's probably off to the side because I've been trying to get out. That's just a skeleton inside of a double-breasted jacket with black slick pants, with various, implements for cooking and painting on his body.
Okay.
And he's average height, 5'11", 5'10", somewhere in that range. No eyes, so no eye color. No hair, because he's skull. But yeah, from head to toe covered in clothing, and he reaches inside the coffin and pulls out a toque. This particular white poofy toque with a taller brim, as in a chef's hat. Puts it on. And then he goes, I must apologize. My name is Touk Blanc. Yes, I get the irony, but I am quite peckish. No, I am not French, but I have ate one before. And I am starving, and honestly, a lot of you look like very delectable meals. Maybe some brisket, sausage, bacon.
The goblins start kind of backing up with each word that you say towards the end there. And
have you ever considered yourself a la carte steak or quesadilla?
You see the robed goblin kind of whisper something to the other goblins in Goblin.
Oddly enough, I know that.
You do? Okay.
It's one of the languages I know.
All right, so you hear him say, maybe you guys better leave the room. I'll handle this. And they all
say in Goblin, I'm like, come again, I serve all kinds.
That makes them run even faster as they just run out the door. This goblin says, well, I did not expect you to wake up on your own. Usually we have to wake up the people in this crypt. what do you remember? Apparently you remember your name. Do you know who I am?
I know that currently you are not on the menu.
That is correct. Well, my name is Booyahg. I'm the counselor of the Horned Lord. You said your name was Touk Blanc?
Yes, La Touque Blanc. Or you could call me BLT.
He pulls out a moldy scroll and looks at it.
BLT.
And he's just like, oh, I wonder if this was that cook that used to work here that we buried here even before the Horned Lord fell. Oh, you've been in here a long time. Here, why don't you get up? And he kind of just sort of helps you get up, even though he's pretty short. He, got surprisingly strong hands, and he
You have a decent amount of sinew and meat on you.
Yes, I'm starting to remember you now. Come along, Touk Blanc. The Horned Lord.
You smell somewhat of spices.
The Horned Lord will want to speak with you before you move along here. And he...
Is it possible that we could get a bite to eat first?
Yes, let's see if I can...
So at that point, then my jaw opens up and I slowly inch towards him.
Towards him? It's like,
Yep.
You do not want to eat me, that much is clear. However, you do seem like you do not want to wait. So, would you rather I bring you some food here, or do you want to come with me first?
I mean,
Are we there at all?
No, you guys are in a different part of the tower, yeah.
If there's a kitchen,
Sounds good, I just wanted to check.
Wouldn't mind being brought there with some ingredients.
Alright, yeah, why don't you come with me to the barracks? And he takes you out of this room, up a tunnel, and into a long hallway, and he takes you into the doorway on the other side of that hallway, and you descend downward with another tunnel. In this room, you see a bunch of tables with kobolds and goblins on them. Some of them are like throwing food at each other. Daedrikai, you are just finishing up training Squish here. And Booyahg takes
currently
you
I'm in a
room.
red velvet kind of doublet too, so it's all red, including the toque that I'm wearing.
Okay, and then black pants, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
So he takes you in and he's just like, go ahead and pick a kobold.
I just grab the nearest one to me by the throat, and then
the
instantly
kobolds are
mail
like-
it to the face.
All the kobolds are just like, wait, what? And you just grab one. It's just like, no. So you just smack him in the head with your mallet, right?
Yes.
All right. Blah! You just club him, and he's just.
And I go over. I start whistling, and I go over to a table, and start
just chopping
dissecting,
him up and butchering
chopping him up, and mashing him into meat. Like, was ready for a kobold burger.
Okay. The goblins bring you over like a cauldron where you can like boil some water. Not much in the way of spices.
And I grab
here.
one of those goblins and throw them into the boiling cauldron.
Okay.
Can you grab me that salt over there? Now put it on yourself.
The other goblins are just like, if we help you, will you spare us?
I will spare the ones that help.
They all immediately just start going and like, oh, what do you need? What do you need? Like lining up with all these, just gathering all the like kitchen utensils.
I
and
need
everything.
3 helpers.
Okay, so three of them help. The other ones realize
Coward
that they
here.
have something else to do elsewhere in the tower, and then go find that elsewhere.
Okay.
Daedrikai, you see this strange skeleton in like a chef's uniform come into the barracks where you're training Squish.
I was going to mention when he asked if anyone want the kobold burger. Daedrikai will kind of like sheepishly praise the. Sure, I guess.
Oh,
Take one.
excellent! We have volunteer.
Not sure that I've ever had one in proof.
Oh, you will. It is most delectable. You just have to prepare the meat right. As I smack it, hammer down on the table with the meat. So,
Are we talking
do you like it
mayonnaise?
rare,
Raising.
alive, medium rare, medium dead, or burnt to a crisp?
Not terribly picky. I don't really like it burnt, but
Understood.
Anything else is probably edible.
On a level to bloody, how much?
Yes.
Understood. And I'm going to give you, using my cooking feat, give you a little treat that you can eat as a bonus action, and it will last for 8 hours and give you 3 temporary hit points.
All right, you
Sweet.
have a kobold burger in your
I've
inventory.
never known cobalt to be so
I'll have to
good.
get the.
I have
Scout
2 more
back.
of these, so I can give them to myself or... What is Scott's character's name again? I can't remember.
Oladon.
Oladon. So I could give one to him too, and yeah.
I'm gonna
But I
switch
make
back.
3.
I just got home, so I'm gonna switch back to the computer.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be right. 1 second.
Okay, so you hand him a kobold burger. Booyahg is like, yeah, we've got plenty of kobolds. Don't worry about them. The goblins, be a little, treat them as delicacies and not as just dime a dozen sort of thing. But those kobolds,
If I had eyes, they would light up.
they breed like rabbits anyway. So plenty of kobolds for you. I mean, they're just gonna die in battle anyway. Let's be honest. The kobolds are just like,
I would like to collect their bodies after the battles.
That would be a public service to the to Witherstone Tower. Less waste. So I'm glad that you woke up, Toc Blanc. That's I think you're going to like it here. He eventually, you guys make your way up to the Horned Lord's throne room. Oladon comes up out of the forge with a brand new set of studded leather armor. Do you say anything to this strange skeletal chef, Oladon? Seems to have a tray with a couple of strange bloody meat sandwiches. Scott?
Do what?
So,
I heard the bloody meat sandwiches.
yeah, so you see this, as the skeleton chef comes out of the barracks, you're finishing up your armor and everything, and he comes out and he has a tray with a couple of strange bloody sandwiches. What do you say to him?
I slowly turn and extend my neck in a snatching motion. Grab it, 2 swallows, and grab the other one, 2 swallows.
I will mimic his motion with my own head. One of my flaws is that I have developed bad traits from goblins, orcs, and other such monstrosities creatures because I travel with my hand.
You notice his mouth opens much wider than it should for humanoid.
Okay. Sounds like you will fit right in with this group.
Makes this cat-cat-cacking sound, which is a sound of approval.
Jason, real quick, can you say something? It sounded really quiet one.
Oh, he is very quiet.
Yeah, I can't hear you very well. So we'll let him reset that there. So we'll say for flavor's sake, you ate that one, Oladon,
Yes.
but you can also put one in your inventory for the next adventure if you want. Just write a kobold burger. You can eat it as a bonus action for 3 temporary hit points. Alright, for the sake of time...
It lasts for 8 hours.
Well, I guess we can do it while we're waiting for Jason, but Booyahg introduces you to the Horned Lord, and the Horned Lord is like, oh yes, I remember vaguely when you...
He's purring, he liked it.
I'm scratching my beard, or my chin under the mask.
Bony chin. What does your mask look like again?
It's Mask of the Beef.
So it's like a cow mask?
And it's kind of a wooden puzzle mask. It can be shifted to look like different animal heads.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So currently it just looks like, I'll say a bear for the moment.
Okay. So a bear with a chef
sweet.
hat and skeletal features otherwise. But he just says, you're not quite the lieutenant that I had in mind for retrieving the remaining soul shards of my You want to say something, Jason? See if
Yeah, can you hear me now?
that's better. So you
Getting
aren't
real sick of Discord's crap right now.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. You're not quite the lieutenant that I would have expected, but at this point, we will. I'm sure that you'll be a help for supporting these other lieutenants of mine. My soul has been scattered into 6 soul shards. These lieutenants have given me 2 of them, but they need help gathering the final 4. Now go prepare yourself for the next one. I sense the next soul shard in the Summerwood forest in the land of the elves. An elf wizard named Anastriana was one of the adventurers who killed me 15 years ago, and she probably has the next soul shard.
Is the Horn Lord just a skull?
Yep, he's just a sort of black bony tiefling skull, and his eyes are glowing now because he has 2 of his souls.
Sort of like little Nicky's dad.
Well, okay. I'm not one to not get ahead of the game, but sure, I'll help out. You look like you could use a hand.
Lucky for you, he doesn't
You hear that
manage
cat
to
sound?
catch those puns. And he's just like, all right, go forth and prepare yourselves and leave when you're ready. Speak with Booyahg when you're prepared. Now, let's resolve the other downtime real quick. So what's your venture that you'd like to spend talk?
I'd like to plunder because I'm hungry for more food.
Okay. So, are you going to mainly plunder the food and not the gold in the villages?
Yes. Well, I'll plunder the gold too because I need to be able to start my restaurant business again.
Okay.
I'm not ignorant to economics.
All right.
Are you a bony man?
Just to the standard practice of economics.
Okay, so make a. Okay, so you go out as a way to sort of, cut your teeth, break in your chef knives, and get an idea for combat again since it's been so long, and butchery again, practice. And you go out and you raid a village. Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Make an intimidation check, huh?
So what's your race again, Dacron?
Unfortunately, that's only a 10. For all intents and purposes, my race is human.
He's an undead human, but questionably undead. You see, he seems to have muscles.
Animated
under his,
remains.
Clothing, but his head is very clearly a bare skull. Okay, so that's a fail on the intimidation check. You're so hungry. You're thinking too much about the results that these cooking ingredients will be.
With plundering, could I persuade people to let me cook for them as a service fee?
No, these lesser races of humans and halflings are way too scared of you for that. But
do you have an attitude about cooking like Bender?
Go ahead and also make an attack roll.
Okay. Let's do this. And smackety. I am rolling wonderful. I have just barely broken my record of rolling 2s by rolling a 3.
Oh my gosh. So these humans and halflings that you're raiding, they're just too fast. You can't catch them long enough to hack off pieces of them and eat. So,
I'm not sure all my ligaments and muscles are actually attached to my skeletal structure at the moment.
So we'll see if you can manage to just grab some of the food they have and get out of there safely. So make an athletics check for the final step of this.
We should be doing this at night.
Oh, I broke my record again. This time I got the 4. 7 total.
Okay, the plundering, The plundering attempt was a complete failure.
You
Unfortunately,
should have me roll 15 more times.
unfortunately,
Lurking gives me pleasure.
unfortunately, you get a lingering injury as the townsfolk drive you out of town. You aren't able to run away in time, and a couple of them manage to knock you down and beat you with some pitchforks and clubs before the rest of your. Oh wait, though, because the barracks was upgraded, you do get to re-roll one of those.
All right.
So do you want to? So this might be good for you. So do you want to re-roll the intimidation, the attack roll, or the athletics check?
Athletics.
Okay, so you can try.
We're getting slightly better each time. This time I rolled a 7.
7.
So total of 10.
enough,
10. Okay,
watching
yeah,
your
that's still a
beating gives
failure.
me
It was
pleasure.
okay. We're working up there though. Better get these low rolls out of the way. Okay, so yeah,
Listen,
unfortunately you get a lingering
I haven't
injury.
popped all my joints yet.
And now, unfortunately, one of your joints has been cracked from a lingering injury. However,
I'm gonna need some milk for that one.
However, you can use your last downtime venture to heal that injury in the infirmary if you wish.
Do they have any milk in the infirmary?
They have everything every race needs to be healed up. So, is that what you want to do?
So yes, I will go to the infirmary, as in the kitchen, and drink some milk.
Okay, you do that, and then you also go to the infirmary where there is a hunched over figure with like stitches on his face, and he, Booyahg kind of escorts you in there. You're kind of like limping from your injury or whatever, and this guy says, welcome, sir. I will be your surgeon for today. Please step on the table. And Booyahg says, Talk, this is Ingvar. He'll patch you up just fine. Just do as he says. Maybe you have something in common. He's also very skilled with knives.
Oh, well then. Far be it from me to not examine my own meat.
Maybe you'll learn something, sir. Please, step onto the table. And you sit onto the table, kind of like at a doctor's visit, where your legs are kind of dangling off the side. And he just like gets some surgical tools, just starts, he's like, it's always easier with undead because they can't feel pain when I do this, so save some time, no anesthetic. And he just starts like patching up your knee and just making conversation with you. And you're not sure how quite he does it, but within a couple hours, it's as good as new. And Ingvar has cured your lingering injury. And Daedrikai, what do you want to do for your second venture?
What were the options again?
So they're in Discord on Downtime, Witherstone Tower, but there's you can do some spellcraft with Booyahg. You can buy a non-magical item. You can upgrade your armor, forge a weapon, train in the arena, or I'm sorry, you used both of them to recruiting a sidekick takes both ventures, so
okay, yep.
just so that you don't get an army of sidekicks and stuff. Okay, so sorry, Oladon, what did your last downtime venture, what did you want it to be?
Okay, I heard Oladon. What's my...
What did you want your last downtime venture to be? Did you say you wanted to get another weapon forged, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna improve my weapons and armor again.
Okay. The forge is just at tier 1 at this point, so you can't enchant weapons, but you can just forge any type of weapon that you want. So if you want like an extra sword or bow or whatever you want.
Right now I have 2 short swords and a bow and a dagger, so I'm pretty much set. If I'm satisfied with them, I guess I can improve the quality of what I have.
Did you want to,
so I don't...
Do you want to train in the arena just so you can do some more damage?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Since you're a fighter. Okay. So you train in the arena and you gain 1 brute point. So whenever you hit with an attack, you can spend that 1 brute point to deal an extra 1d12 damage.
Sweet.
And that's just there until you use it. Okay, so with your downtime done, it's time to decide what you want to do next. So there's the main quest line of figuring out where the soul shard is in Summerwood Forest with the elves. But Booyahg also says, if you don't mind, before you go on your next mission for the Horned Lord, I've crafted a teleportation rune that might help us quite a bit. I can either teleport you to Shimmer Mist, the Fairylands, where you can steal some Pegasi that we can transform into nightmare mounts, or I can transport you to the desert at the base of the peaks near this tower, where my scouts have reported that a tribe of ogres has settled there. They would be a valuable ally to join our barracks if you were to be able to persuade them to join.
My vote is Pegasus. They taste better.
As long as you
Persuasion's
don't
not
eat
my
all of them,
strong
I
suit.
can't I can't complain about that. But make sure to leave some alive and bring them back through the portal so we can transform them into nightmare mounts.
So it's fine
that's
if we eat most of them and they're still alive.
Do you really need to eat more than one?
They have a lot of meat on them. I think you'll be satisfied.
I'll just say.
I agree with you, though. I do think that we should go get some mounts. Those sound entertaining.
I require a lot of meat.
All right, that's fine. Again, take all the meat you want. Just make sure you bring some in alive. Okay, so
Perhaps we could push him off a cliff to soften him up first.
so you guys
I
go.
don't think that'll work with
Recipe.
winged creatures.
Yeah, Pegasi will just fly away. So,
Push them off the cliff and they just fly away and we just sit there watching them and just like that.
like,
Tie up
well,
their wings
that
first.
didn't work.
Yes!
Okay, so
My plan has been foiled.
so he takes you up to his tower and he says, I can start crafting another one of these runes so we can manage the ogres later. But for now, this portal stone can only it can create a portal to anywhere in the realm. I will open it there in Shimmer Mist for you to capture the Pegasi. However, I can only the portal will only remain open for 1 minute. So as soon as you get through the portal, grab get as many Pegasi through the portal as you can. And you don't want to be left outside the portal because Shimmer Mist is a really long ways away from here, and it's quite dangerous. So understand? All good. Just be quick. Get as many through the portal as you can, and that's that. Any
Perhaps
questions?
we should find some rope or something before we go.
Okay, yeah, you guys can definitely take some.
I've got some rope already.
Yeah, you
I
guys
do
can
have
take
some
some rope
Not a lot.
from the treasury and stuff. You guys can take pretty much any equipment that the Horned Lord has. So if there's anything else that you think, any ideas you have to plan for this.
Bolos?
Is there any...
Bolas. You can.
Can I get some pitons and some climbing gear stuff?
climbing
Oh,
gear?
that's a good idea.
Booyahg says, I don't think you'll need that. It's just in the middle of like a little valley, kind of a clearing in the middle of a valley. I don't think there's really anything to climb. See, there's something else you
I'm
have
going
in
to attempt
mind?
to.
No, it's not for me.
If I
Okay,
can't
yeah, we
find
have-
it, I'm
we
going
have
to
plenty of
attempt to fashion some bolos.
Okay, yeah, we'll see if you can make one. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check. Say the DC.
4, and I think I have a bonus sleight of hand.
Yeah, we'll say the DC is 12.
6. Oh,
6.
that's not right. I'm looking at the wrong character.
Do you have any string thread?
Yes, I think we can rustle up some.
I have a +4. Oh, well, I only got 8. I rolled a 4.
Do you have
so-
any
Okay,
cast
yeah,
iron?
you tried
Much
to
more.
you
Sorry.
tried to you tried to craft one, but it's a little harder than you thought. So
Can
it's
I
gonna
try to
work for
craft
this
one?
Yeah, go ahead.
What was it again?
Sleight of hand, DC 12.
Hold on.
And how do we?
Oh, do you have
Can't
any
remember
like
how to
spare
roll
wood
that
for
anymore.
fire?
Firewood? I am really interested in what you're going to be able to use all this for in a single minute talk, but yeah, I think we have some wood. The Magmans probably have some down at the forge. He orders some goblins to bring a little bit of firewood up with you.
Okay.
Has it been this long since I've used D&D Beyond that I don't remember how to do a skill check?
You just
Roll?
click on the skill itself, like the number. Unless it's turned off. Sometimes they... there's an option to turn off dice rolls, so I don't know if that's what happened, but...
I don't even have like the D20 that used to be in the corner that would allow me to roll just a random dice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't...
I've still got it.
Not sure.
My wife's grandparents are going to come over in a little while, and I'll have to take a break. But
Yeah.
hopefully, I can just start back up.
Okay.
Just warning you, because yeah.
Do you know what time? Like, how long from now?
Nothing
No
more
idea.
evil than in-laws.
Okay.
It's kind of like nature.
Okay, yeah, depending on how much time everyone else can spare, we might just keep playing or take a break ourselves. Yeah, we'll just kind of roll with it. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with there. Did you figure it out, Jason, or do you want me to just roll
No,
for
like
you?
I even like I was doing rolls. There we go. Now, like all the numbers just went away all of a sudden.
Oh, weird.
21.
Okay, you managed to get a pretty good bola. So you'll basically make a ranged attack with that, and if it hits, it will knock them prone and grapple them.
I could have done that.
All right. Anything else? So Talk has some string and some firewood and
But I didn't want to.
something else, and then Daedrikai has one bola, and then you guys have rope. So you guys.
I do mention an idea I have to capture them, because we're teleporting right to like where they are, right?
Yeah, like right in the
I mean,
middle
we
of
only
their
have a minute.
pasture, basically.
Because I've got a spell that will make them run away from me. Maybe if I position myself on the other side of the portal, if you guys can herd them in.
Okay.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
It's a
Sure.
great idea.
Wait, I am confused. I thought we were going there to go find them for, maybe a day and then come back through a portal when
No,
we're ready.
this rune is quite useful. I can open the portal right in the middle of their pasture. You'll have 1 minute to just herd them in as fast as you can.
Are we going to corrupt them for our Darkians?
Yes, we are, Oladan. I know a ritual
That
that we can
suits me.
use to transform them into nightmares that you guys will eventually be able to ride into battle on.
If I
Takes a
found
while,
pleasure
but it
in
will be
anything,
quite
that would
useful.
make me happy.
Excellent. All right. Shall I cast this? Shall I open the portal?
Yes.
I'm ready.
All right.
All right. So he stands in front of his summoning circle, starts chanting some words.
I start hammering down a piton inside the room on either side of the summoning circle
Okay. As
and
he's,
start stringing rope through it.
Okay. He kind of looks at you while he's chanting, like a little bit confused. And suddenly the portal stone that was sitting on the summoning thing just opens up, and he's like, "All right, go, go, go! Bring as many."
And I
as
say
you
to
can."
Booyahg, "Here, take this other side of the rope."
Alrighty.
All right.
And I'm gonna run to the right-hand side, and I'm gonna say, "Booyahg, run to the left. We are going to
Left-hand
funnel them
side.
in." So now, Daedrikai, you just need to scare them into this funnel. We'll try and
Actually,
them
we'll
in.
say he doesn't do this in his tower. He does it like in a space downstairs where it's like set up as like a stable or something.
My idea was to take the string and rope and that and make a net.
I mean, you could have done that for a net.
Well, no, it's more fun to do it the other way.
All right, so you guys, so who's going through the portal? You're doing
and
something
I'm going to,
inside, like on this side of it?
And I'm going to light several of the logs on fire and start taking them through with me and throwing them behind the net on the side. So basically, you have the rope funnel, and on the outside of the rope funnel, flaming logs.
Fire. I like it.
Okay, I'm having a hard time imagining this. A rope funnel?
Yeah, I don't understand the rope funnel necessarily.
Okay.
I understand it.
You know how when you go to the movie theater, you get guided by those ropes? I can't remember what they're called.
He's attempting to force them into the portal by blocking off to either side in a
other option.
But you're doing this on the inside of the portal?
Well, I pinned it on the inside of the portal, then I walked through the portal with the rope.
Okay, so you're not doing it behind the portal to sort of funnel them in, it's just sort of stretching out of the portal?
Yes. Because it's a funnel, right?
Okay.
I don't have time to go set it up outside of the portal.
Okay. Alright, so, so you guys go outside, you've got one end of the rope and Olodon has the other end, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so you guys go inside and you see a
kind of like cattle herding.
A circle of grassy hills forms a sort of
bowl
about 200 yards wide, and there's a herd of 20 white pegasi with blonde manes, and they just are using it as a pasture. And as you go inside, you see like just all the grass in this area is silver. And you see like a big rainbow in the distance, and like little fairy lights everywhere. It's definitely like a different part of the realm that you haven't been to before. There are a few pegasi that are about. So there's a couple of pegasi within 40 feet of you, and there's one that's like right by the portal.
Okay.
So we'll just start with Daedrikai and just go around clockwise. So go ahead, Daedrikai. What are you doing on your turn?
So are any of them like grouped up together that I could get a couple of them with? It's a 30-foot cone.
They're a little bit spread out, but you could get probably 2 of them in a cone.
Okay. I'll try and position myself on the opposite side of them so they're between me and the portal. And cast Fear.
Okay, that'll probably take you 2 turns because you'll have to dash past them. So first turn is you dash on the other side of them and get ready, okay?
I'm going to prepare animal friendship from my Mask of the Beef.
Okay. Alright, so you for your turn you moved out with your rope funnel, and then you're gonna prepare it. Like there's one that's pretty close to you. It's like 15 feet away. I will roll.
Well, my first turn was like coming out there, getting the rope thing, the funnel set up, right?
Oh, okay. So that was your first turn, and we'll say that was Olodon's too. Okay, round 2. 6 seconds have gone by. The Pegasi are getting a little skittish. They are kind of curiously looking at you, but they're not sure. You know, they're getting a little bit more afraid of you. So,
I'm going to use discernment. Could I throw a rock at one of them and make it run through the portal?
You're holding the other side of the rope funnel currently, and so you'd have to.
I have 2 hands.
You'd have to position. You'd have to position yourself a little bit differently because you're on either side of the portal. You'd have to kind of move over there to scare him into the portal.
Okay.
Okay, so Daedrikai, you're going to cast Fear?
Yep.
Alright, what's your DC?
It's a Wisdom 15.
Okay. Alright. right, I will. So you managed to get 2 of them. I'm going to roll to see what kind of Pegasi they are. The first one is a mare, and the second one is a mare.
Guys.
Okay, so 2 mares.
I'm sorry, I have to go.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Okay. Alright, the first one fails. Yeah, they both fail, a 2 and a 1. So they just are terrified and they just start rushing towards, rushing away from you. They start to just go around the funnel.
I'm gonna use my animal friendship to say there is safety in here from it.
Okay.
And I'll use the animal friendship spell.
Okay. So what's the DC on that?
It's probably going to be my wisdom saving throw, which will be a 15.
Okay. Can you do that on multiple ones, or is it just one?
This spell lets you convince a beast that you mean it no harm, which is true at the moment. Choose a beast you can see within range. It must see and hear you. The beast's intelligence is 4 or higher. The spell fails if it's 4 or higher.
Okay.
Otherwise, the beast must succeed on the wisdom saving throw or be charmed for the duration. It's only 1 creature at a time.
You try to use your mask
at higher level.
You tried to use your mask, and the Pegasi don't seem to react to it at all. Apparently, these are not conventional beasts.
These beasts are too smart, which means they are more delicious.
All right, so go ahead and make a dexterity save to sort of guide them into the to kind of like get in the way to get the rope there so that they'll guide into the portal. And I'll roll one for Oladon as well.
All right.
We'll say the DC is 14.
That's a natural 16. What was the stat you asked for again?
Dexterity save. Just being able to reflexively react and move the...
That's a 22 then.
Oh, okay. So you managed to move your end of the funnel just in time for one of the Pegasi to rush in. Oladon is not as fast, and the other one just kind of runs around him and just runs past the portal. So you do get 1 Pegasus in. And that's the second round. They're starting to get a little more skittish, and you see a couple of Pegasus stallions that are kind of cantering towards you a little more, a little like angry because they see what you're doing. So what do you do now, Daedric? You see a Pegasus stallion behind you starting to charge a little.
Let him charge you, then run through the portal.
Yeah, maybe. I was thinking about doing some sort of minor illusion, but it's looking at me, not anything else, right?
Yeah, like it saw you blast some sort of dark energy to scare 2 of his mares, one of them into a portal, and he's like, and so it's just starting to kind of charge towards you a little more.
I'll try and position myself to where I'm in between that one and the portal.
Okay.
And
are you doing like a Toro thing? Like...
Yeah. So it seems to be angry with me. So right?
So you're taunting it?
Yeah. Like it's like it looks like it's gonna try and just drive you away from the herd, like you shouldn't be here. What are you doing? Type thing. So he's trying to.
Let's do a minor illusion of I don't know how complex the minor illusion.
Basically, it's a still image, and it can be, I think, 5 feet square, but it's just a very still image. It can't be animated at all. It doesn't make noise, so pretty limited for a cantrip.
Yeah, it is, and I probably couldn't make another Pegasus with that, could I? They're probably bigger than that.
No, yeah, they're pretty
You
big.
could make a baby Pegasus.
Yeah, it wouldn't be super
Yeah.
convincing, but you could
Put
definitely.
it in a
we'll just-
bag.
We'll just throw a minor illusion of a baby Pegasus.
We lost him.
Yeah, no, I had to yell at kids for a second.
Oh,
We'll do a minor illusion of a baby Pegasus just sitting by the portal.
okay. All right, so you do that, okay. So the illusion is there. The stallion's galloping towards you still. Okay. Go ahead. Talk. You see a perfectly still Pegasus appear by the portal. Clearly Daedricai's illusion magic.
Is it clear to me? Because that's a 0.
A 0 on like a investigation or something?
Like an intelligence check.
Okay, yeah, you haven't worked with Daedricai before. You just see this perfectly still image of a Pegasus standing in front of the portal, and Daedricai is getting run down by a stallion. What do you do?
I think we're about to get 2 for 1. Gosh, the animal friendship didn't work.
Yeah, they apparently are not animals despite their appearance.
And the only other thing I can think of to do is there one within 30 feet of me?
Yes.
I'm gonna misty step onto
I'll
it.
see what kind it is real quick.
I'm gonna,
It's a foal, so it's a small Pegasus.
Okay.
Misty step on top of it.
I'm gonna misty step on top of it.
Okay. So you disappear, drop the rope.
I think the rope comes with me.
I don't know how that would work if the rope went through a portal and then appeared somewhere else. I think it would probably cut the rope off at the point where you stepped through and then the spell ended, so...
Well, I'm outside the portal, right?
Yeah. But since the rope's connected to something, I don't think that you'd be able to take it with you. It's like kind of a semi-stationary object at that point.
Okay. Now I'll just do the misty step on top of it.
Alright, so you misstep, land on top of the foal. It starts trying to like buck you off.
And I'm going to try and calm it by giving it a cobalt burger.
Okay. Yeah, that's an instant failure.
Or some kind of food.
Do you have any other type of food? I don't think you brought anything.
Other than the breading that's on the cobalt burger.
Okay, so you're gonna just throw the meat out and like offer it the bread part?
No, you take the meat out, I eat it, and then I give it the bread.
Here, have this. Okay, go ahead and make... I know this is unintuitive based on what I said before, but make an animal handling check.
Okay. I'm actually pretty good at that. Oh, by the way, are we doing the thing where when I roll natural ones or anything like that, I get inspiration? Or no?
Yeah, sure.
What
that's
are
a
we
new
doing
rule with one.
So do I
D&D,
have
like
inspiration from the earlier nat one?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how
then
you get inspiration.
Yeah, so I'll use that now, which...
Is that just in general, or is that a feat for him?
No, it's in general.
This is
If you
general.
roll a natural one, then you get inspiration. It'll like just kind of
Okay.
help you.
Something tells me I forgot there was blood on the sandwich that I'm shoving into its face, and that's a total of 7.
Okay. Yeah, it's freaking out. It's just bucking and whinnying, just trying to get you off. So on the Pegasus's turn, that one is going to try and buck you off. It has disadvantage because it's a foal. Alright, so that is Ooh, that's
I
still
need my
pretty high.
venison.
Oh wait, no, it's with disadvantage, not advantage. So that's okay. So that's a 7. Make a strength saving throw to avoid getting bucked off. DC 7. I'm gonna laugh.
I got a 7. I rolled a 4 and I have a +3.
So even though it's just this little baby horse, you barely hang on.
This
You're
is
just
blood
like,
getting
"Oh!"
smeared across all of its Pegasus white skin. It's just looking.
Yeah, so it's like flapping its wings and everything, but you're heavy enough that you're pinning it to the ground, and it's just like trying to. Yeah, so you have that one grappled basically.
Okay.
And the stallion is going to. I do think it would probably. I'll make an intelligence check for that illusion. DC 15 was your DC, right, Daedric?
That was for the other one. I don't know. Minor illusion doesn't say anything.
But what's your spell save DC in general? It's the same for all your spells.
Yeah, 15.
Okay, 15. All right, here we go. It failed. So yeah, it starts charging towards you to try and like trample you, Daedric, but then it notices the Pegasus foal in front of the portal, and it instead just sort of veers at the last second and runs up to try and save it. It gets there and it realizes it's fake, and it just kind of turns around and just like kind of snorts. Oladon is just gonna like
He should try to push it in.
He'll try and push it in. So he'll make a.
He'll charge it from behind.
Check.
So right when it arrives.
It's a natural one though. So he tries to, and it just like kicks him in the face. Well, unless it rolls a natural one too. No, yeah, 19. So yeah, he's trying to push it in, but it's a stallion. It's got advantage on strength checks, so he's not having a good time at that point. Okay, so that's.
I believe he has Indomitable as a fighter, though, right? So he could re-roll that.
That's for saving throws. So this was an actual like a shove
ability check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so with that, it's the next turn. It's almost 30 seconds have gone by. You hear Booyahg's voice through the portal. We got this one secured. Any more coming through? Oh gosh! As he sees the stallion like right outside the portal. Get the big chains! You hear him yelling to his goblins like, "Get the big chains! That's a really big one." Daedric, you're up.
I want to try and throw the bola that I made and see if I can get that to stay near the portal.
The stallion one?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make your ranged attack.
What do I roll for that again?
Just dexterity. I guess it would just be dexterity or strength. I don't think as a warlock you'd be proficient in them, so just a dexterity check or a strength check.
That's a 7.
It's a what?
That's a 7.
All right, the bola goes whoop, 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 and just lands on the grass next to it. It's a miss.
Yay.
Anything else, or that was your action? But
yeah, I'll just spend my movement running towards the portal or towards the
stallion.
The stallion. I'm gonna try and keep him near the portal as best I can.
Okay. You notice that all the foals are starting to fly away at this point. Like they're getting ready to jump and fly away, except for yours, of course. Talk.
Yeah.
All right. So, are you gonna go right next to the stallion? Just kind of like box it in or something, or?
Yeah. So I'll go on the other side of Oladon, whatever side he was
kind of
on.
Flank it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Talk. You're basically grappling a foal. You can kind of guide it because it's you can kind of like grab its head and force it to kind of go in the direction you want to.
I will have it panic towards the portal.
Okay. Go ahead and make a
animal handling again?
Make another animal handling check, and it'll be contested with strength.
Oh dear.
But you are handling it, so. But it has disadvantage since it's a foal. And so
Ooh,
that's only
that's
8.
more like it. That's an 18.
Okay, so with an 8, that doesn't work. Unfortunately, the stallion is in the way of the portal, so
That's
you guide
fine.
it right next to it, and that's kind of where it ends
I'm hoping to draw the stallion's attention to chase after the foal.
It definitely is. It's definitely drawn, and it's going to try and hit you with its hooves. So it rears up the stallion and just tries to hit you, Talk, and that's a 20 to hit with its hooves.
These aren't considered missiles, are they?
No.
Good
It didn't
try.
shoot its hooves off at you. It's just straight up hitting you. Alright, so that's 9 points of bludgeoning damage as it hits you.
What was the attack roll?
20.
Oh, yeah, that's good enough.
Alright, so it hits you with its hooves. The foal is going to try and buck you off again. But with a 14, go ahead and make another strength saving throw, DC 14.
Strength saving throw? Not contested athletics or something that way?
No, this is like an actual thing to save you from being bucked off of it.
I am not getting rid of my meals this easily. Natural 20.
Okay, yeah,
For
you
23.
hold on to this thing. Okay, Oladon is going to try and grapple the stallion. And he rolls a natural 20. I would imagine his strength, well, he's dex-based fighter, so I'll just give him +2. I don't actually have his sheet. If you can find it in D&D Beyond under one of your campaigns, then fine, but yeah, I couldn't find it either. Okay, so we'll say 22. The stallion rolls a 16, so not quite enough. So he grabs the stallion, and we'll say one more. Well, I guess he can just automatically drag it through the portal if he's already grappling it. So it's slow, but he's just like the
I'd be using my action
hoof
to
is
help him.
just okay. So you guys, with both of your help, you managed to shove a stallion through the portal, and then after that, it's not much trouble for you to shove the foal in as well. So now you have a whole family in there.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Father, mother, and child. At this point, all of the foals fly away. You see the smaller horses fly away.
Now that we have a family, we can make more.
And the other Pegasi are just like, you see another stallion kind of charging towards you to try and fight you. It isn't quite there yet, and then a couple of mares are just looking, trying to see kind of how they can help, but they're not quite sure. They're gonna see what the stallion does first.
I'm gonna stand on the inside of the portal, waiting for if they can get the foal. I want to stand inside the portal and really taunt this stallion into attacking me.
Okay. So
But
just barely inside, or?
Yeah, just barely inside, but I want to be ready to grapple it as a ready to action.
Okay, so
I don't know how.
Got it.
Yeah. Ready to grapple, but just on the inside.
All right, and then are you, Daedric, you had to shove him inside the portal, so what are you doing next?
So the next thing that I would do would be to position myself just a little bit in front of the portal and prepare an action to use Misty Step to teleport into the portal. And I want to prepare that action so that I'm teleporting right as the stallion is charging at me.
Okay.
And hopefully can throw it off guard a tiny bit from me disappearing right as it's charging.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of prepare that, getting ready to go, and you just wait for it to charge. You see it just snorting with its nostrils, just going to charge, and it rears up with its hooves, and you just disappear in some smoke. Go ahead and make your grapple check at that moment, Talk, as you rush up and just grab it as fast as you can.
It's 9 + 3, 12.
18 on the point of the stallion, so the stallion manages to, you don't manage to get a hold of it. Oladon will try and help you, so if you want to roll one more time.
That would be an 18.
18, okay, so that was exactly what it rolled. And so...
Yeah.
So still no, I guess?
Yep.
If it's
meter beat.
It's contest. Yeah, meter beat. Okay. So you almost get it, but it's
Unless you
still
want to
fighting.
say that I'm holding it in the portal.
Yeah, we'll say it's pretty close. Like, it's like, you know, it's trying not to get dragged inside, but that's about it. And so, okay, Daedra Kai, you teleported inside the portal. You see goblins like trying to chain up the existing Pegasi and stuff, and also the other mares are rushing to go help the stallion.
Okay.
So what do you guys want to do? Oladon and Talk are both kind of blocking the portal. There's not much room on the inside of it, but what do you want to do, Daedra Kai?
I mean, if there's not much room on the inside of the portal, I can go back through and try to help bring that other stallion through.
So they're both on the inside of the portal, right next to it, like trying to grab the
Yeah,
stallion. and bring it
I
through.
failed to grapple it. Is it possible for me to move out of the way?
Yeah, sure. We'll say that you're just like, I give up. Here, you try if you want. Like, as you're all just kind of trying piling in. So what are you gonna try and do, Daedra Kai? Just like help grapple it, or
Yeah,
grapple
I mean,
it?
I'm not a lot of help with it, but I'll try to help
Anything you
with
want
grapple.
Targup to do? Your imp?
Stab it in the butt.
I don't know that they have.
Yeah, you could have him like appear behind it and sting it and see if it'll make it rush through.
It just kills it.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's a D4 plus 3. Maybe it'll. Yeah, let's have
Unless it could fail its poison
Target
check.
go on the other
right?
side and.
Okay, make
Then
your attack
sting it.
roll.
So it's a 15 plus.
Oh, that's enough. Yeah.
Okay.
So he stings
+5,
it, and it just just like starts barreling away from the pain. It knocks both of you over, Oladon and Talk. You both take 14 points of bludgeoning.
Didn't I
damage
back
and
up?
Get knocked. Oh yeah, that's true. Well, no, actually, Daedra Kai didn't actually have to get up next to you, so he wasn't fighting for position. He just used Targup. So anyway, you get knocked backwards, take 14 points of bludgeoning damage, and immediately the goblins all grab onto it and try and chain it. And so you've got 2 stallions and a mare and a foal. And
It takes 4 damage from the sting.
okay, it dies. Just
And
kidding.
Well,
how much
I mean,
from the poison?
it also has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Natural 2, so 5. Not gonna make it probably.
Okay, so that's 9 poison damage.
Okay. So yeah, that definitely made it rush through the portal. So that, yeah, it did not like that pain. And so Targup's just like kind of attached to it by his stinger, just like, ah! as it rushes through. The Booyahg is like, any chance you could grab another mare? We're almost out of time. We can just let it go if you want. You can see a couple of mares just outside the portal, just like kind of pawing the ground, just like snorting angrily, not
I
really
start pulling
knowing
the
what
rope
to do.
through the portal.
Okay, so you pull
In
the
the
rope
last-
through.
The last bit.
Gotta salvage that rope. You have about 10 seconds left. Is there anything you guys want to do, or just let them go?
I'm going to moon them. I can't. I don't have a butt.
Okay. So
So I just turn around and I shake my bottom at
take
them.
your
I'll do
elevate.
another minor illusion of a baby one and go in to like eat it. Just
It's like,
I can throw them into coming through the portal on their own.
Okay, we'll see if they we'll see how they go. We'll give them a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
I'm
They're
hoping
still
one of
pretty
these
scared
gets
of the
bisected
portal.
by the portal and we can eat it.
Wisdom is 2. Yeah, they succeed on that and stuff. So they're just sort of snorting and you know, they don't really know what to do, but they're just trying to kind of look menacing at you through the portal. And in the distance, you see a swarm of pixies kind of flying over the hill, and they're just like, no! And they're just like floating towards the portal. And Booyahg is like, oh, that's hilarious right there. That's some good humor as the portal's just like... and it closes
go,
up.
That's all, folks. And just pop through.
I love that. Okay, so yeah, with that, you guys got 2 stallions, a mare, and a foal.
Hey, 3 of them perfectly healthy and fine.
Yeah,
The last one's a little worse for wear.
Yeah, I mean it was a stallion for one thing, so it was bigger than the others anyway, and so it's fine. They'll be able to.
Also, we only really need 1 stallion, and we're planning on eating one.
Yeah, I don't see the problem.
Okay, so yeah, so the
We only need 2 to make more.
Booyahg's like, yeah, I don't think they're going to breed in this type of captivity. I think we're just gonna have to do the ritual on them here.
I don't know. A good charm spell might do the trick.
Not on these things. These are celestials. I do not like to mess with celestials. Not sure if you knew that, but
I mean, they taste divine.
that is true. Which one do you want to eat? The baby?
No, probably the other stallion. I mean, can't the baby be bigger?
If they're not going to breed, we've got, 3 full-sized mounts.
Yeah,
If we transition those.
We could wait for the foal to grow a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, that'll take too long. Let's just eat the foal.
Okay.
I mean, I'm perfectly fine with eating brisket.
Okay.
Or I could, if you're really hungry, it might be kind of. Well, no. I was gonna say I've got my kobold, but he's got wings. He can fly along with us if we ride in on those.
Did he do nothing during that?
Oh yeah, I guess he could have had squish.
Yeah.
Insubordination.
We'll say he was still kind of in training since this is before a mission and everything, so he was still a little.
Also, he was just following orders. I didn't tell him to do anything.
I was kidding.
Now, if I had told him to go in and do something and then he didn't, he'd definitely be the next kobold person.
Yeah.
It was pretty good, wasn't it? Nice and juicy,
Yeah,
tender.
definitely. Would not mind eating another.
As it goes.
A new food trend starts in the Witherstone Tower that a small faction of its employees vehemently oppose of.
Strangely enough,
We're
some
not
of them,
meat! We're not meat!
So, oddly enough, some of them support it and say, "We taste delicious."
Yeah, it's better than being sent on missions and maybe dying and being scared that whole time. This time we have some certainty. Are you crazy? What is wrong with you? They're eating us in burgers.
Yeah, but have you tasted it? It's really good. You ate one?
So, later, after the Pegasi are chained head and foot in these like makeshift stables in one of the caverns below the tower, one of the next day or so, Booyahg and some goblins bring up some chains, and he casts this fire spell that makes the chains just glow green with like this unholy fire, and they just get like red hot but green from the cursed flames. And using those, using a kind of telekinesis, he like wraps one of the chains around one of the Pegasus's wings, and as immediately as the chain touches the Pegasus's fur and feathers, it starts like shaking from the pain and everything. It has a muzzle on it though, so it can't make too much noise. And he starts to kind of move his telekinesis, and the chain wraps around, and then it just like starts squeezing, and you just hear this like as it garrots off the Pegasus wings, and the wing just falls to the ground, and the Pegasus is just going crazy in pain. And this
makes good soup stock.
Booyahg is like, all right, but I get the big primary feathers. Those are good spell components. So you can have the bones and meat. That's fine, but give me the feathers. And so he garrots one of the Pegasus' wings off. They wait for like several hours for that to kind of heal and for the shock to wear off, and then they garrot off the other wing. And then he's just like, all right, well, now we just have to, over the next couple weeks, this curse will seep into them a little bit more, and a couple weeks later, it'll turn into a nightmare if all has gone well with this. So, well done. We'll get these done over time, and in a few weeks, you guys will have nightmares to ride in on. And
Nice.
I will start crafting another rune so you can try and recruit those ogres. It'd be really nice to have some ogre henchmen on some of your missions as well.
Their fat isn't as good, but it burns really well, and it's a good ingredient for cooking other things.
Ogre fat as an ingredient. Gross. It would work, though. They have a lot on them. All right, so before you guys go on your actual main mission to Summerwood, we're going to go ahead and take a break, see if Olodon will come back, and yeah, we'll just rejoin in a little